Hello. Happy Wednesday and welcome to my craft room. Um, Tonight I'm going to show a cute little project that you can add to cards or just give them out as little gifts, especially for your readers. But also, if you have notebooks, I'm a huge notebook person. I have notebooks for like everything. So this would be really fun, and I'm going to use a lot of the ones I made. Um, and also, you can put it on cards as well, and they can have a little gift. Now, last year, I came up with a card that I made that I created like a bookmark that was a magnet. And it was part of the cards. And so I'm going to come down and show you what those look like. So this is what I made last year. And so if you remember seeing this, this was part of the card, right? But it is actually a bookmark, and it's just a magnetic strip that I put on using designer series paper, and I just incorporated it to be part of a card, right? So these were the ones I made last year, and so just a fun little idea. So this, and then they have different backs, right? So I created this, and actually it was probably my biggest video that was watched. And so super fun and clever, I think, way to use this. And I actually, after making a bunch of these, I decided that I didn't want the magnet to come out or off the card and have the card look silly, right? Because this would be gone. Like in the rest of these, I mean, I guess they're okay by themselves without the magnet, but I decided to make these again. If I make them, I'm going to take that same embellishment die or whatever it is that's decorating the front of the bookmark. I'm going to also adhere it to the card so that when you remove this bookmark, right, the card still looks like a finished card. So tonight, what I'm going to do is a little different, and I'm not actually even making any cards tonight, and I am going to be making what are called hidden clips. And so I'm not going to show you what they look like until the end, but I am going to create one with everyone. So these are super simple. And again, I made these really simple because, I just like to do that when I'm doing a live. You can always embellish more on my projects, but I am just kind of keeping it simple. I'm also not using a lot of products. So how I designed these was I picked out a couple designer series papers, and I'm just going to create with them. And then I used some ribbon, and I used oh my gosh, ephemera packs. So I have several of those, and I just kind of brought them out and started playing. So I'm going to do the same. I don't know what I'm going to create here as far as an actual design. I have my designer series paper picked out, and that's kind of about it. So to do this, I'm going to cut a 2-inch strip by 8 inches. And this paper that I'm using is our Halloween paper. And of course it's on the bottom. But it's a super fun one because it has some special sheets in it. So it's called the Spooky Sweet 12 by 12 Specialty Designer Series paper. So I've got this 2 inches, and I'm going to make this 8 inches long. I'm going to make this one a little different than the ones I just made previously, and you'll see why in a bit. All right, so this is my kind of my base that I'm going to go with. And then I'm going to take, now this sheet, the reason I'm doing this one longer is because this actually isn't 6 inches. A lot of times when they divide up a designer series paper like this, a lot of times it's at the 6-inch mark, but this is actually 7. So I want my background to be a little larger. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do 1.5 inches. And hopefully, this might, I just thought about this. This is going to change this. You know what? Maybe I need to do this. This is 2 inches. So I'm going to cut another piece. See, I'm just making stuff up, right? So I am going to take this and cut this at 2 inches. And I'm going to start about here. Yeah, okay. And I'm going to start right here. And I'm going to cut 2 inches. And then I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to cut again. All right, so that's the piece I want. So I'm going to bring this back in and I'm going to make this a 2.5 inch. That will work better, I think, for what we're doing. So I'm going to go 2.5 by 8 inches. All right. So I have my 2 pieces here. And for right now, I think that's all I have to cut. This is super simple, guys. So, all right. So I'm going to cut this, or I'm going to fold this in half. I'm going to use my bone folder to get a nice crisp edge. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to fold this one in half too. I'm assuming that these will stop at the top of each page or little section here. All right. So we have one side. Ah, my thing switched. Just a second. Oh, there's always something, I'm telling you. Why? Oh, sorry. This has never happened before. Why is there always something that happens to me? All right, there we go. Okay, good grief. All right, so now I'm going to take this, and what we need is a paper clip. And so I'm going to center this paper clip, and I'm going to leave the top up just a little bit. And then I'm going to take this top section here, and I'm just going to cut a very small opening, and I'm going to do it as close to the center as I can. Okay, so when we do this, we have a little opening. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to slide it over. See that? I slid that over my paper clip. All right. And so the next thing I want to do, because I want to secure that paper clip somehow, right? So I'm going to use some twine. And this is the Black and White Gold Baker's Twine. And I think I'm going to use black. It is Halloween stuff after all. Now if I can find the edge. Where's the edge? Where's the edge? Wish they had like a simpler way to show the edge. Oh my goodness. I think I found it. Yay. All right, so I'm going to cut. Maybe I'll do 2 pieces because this is kind of thin, right? Also, I just thought of this might not actually cover our paper clip like it does if you use ribbon. Like I said, I'm just kind of making this up as we go. So, all right. I'm going to try to put this in here. Oops. And of course, you can use ribbon. And this one is not through there yet. All right. Okay. Yeah, I think using the 2 pieces of ribbon works. And I don't know. I'm going to actually, because it is cord, I'm going to actually, I think, try to tie a knot so that it does not come apart. Let's see. It's kind of hard to see where all these strings are. That's that. Actually, I didn't want that high up, but oh. All right. Well, we'll do this. I'm going to pull them all tighter. That doesn't look as good as I was thinking. But, all right. For now, we will leave that. I can always fix the twine later. So I'm going to take now and I'm going to adhere a bunch of glue so that I keep the paper clip secure, right? So I'm just going to add a bunch of glue and hope this keeps our, wow, that's a lot. And then we're going to make sure that this is centered. And I want to hold my paper clip secure so that I can make my not secure. And I don't want to pull my paper clip back up. So I'm just going to hold this down. So strange to think that Halloween is coming. It's like, oh my gosh, crazy, right? All right, and I think I'm going to add some glue down here too, because I want to keep my flat a little more secure. All right, so I'm going to take and go on the back side, and I'm going to do the same thing. All right, and then I'm going to add, ooh, I almost put the glue all the way down at the bottom. That would not have been good. All right. So I thought this would be a really good little section to use for this because my front and my back have a totally different look. So it kind of did the designing for me, which is always nice. All right, so we have that piece done. Now I just want to decorate. So I'm going to use, with this designer series paper, there are a bunch of paper cutouts, paper die cuts. And so I'm going to decorate. Let's see, should we do, I think this little hippopotamus is kind of cute. Let's see, the other side is Candy. So yeah, he'll work out really well here. And because these are going to be page keepers, we don't want to, I mean, you could, I guess, but I didn't want to add a whole lot of 3D type embellishments, you know, that would be making it bulky because, you know, I don't want to ruin a book, right? Or a notebook. It could be kind of annoying if it's constantly getting poked, the papers, if that makes sense at all. Flat is better, is what I'm saying. Oh my goodness. Oh, not see. That's super cute, right? Oh no, trouble's coming. I can hear him. He's pacing. All right, and let's do he's super cute. And he's super cute too. So I think we'll add, we can put him here. Actually, let's see, he's not really flying, I don't think. Is he flying? Okay. So I also use ephemera packs, and so I'm going to look to see if I can find, maybe I have a bat in here. Let's see, what do we got on the other side? I already forgot. Okay, we got our little hippo. All right, so let me take a couple pieces of candy out of here. We'll just kind of build, see what we come up with here. All right, so I'm going to grab an ephemera pack. Now, I have all kinds of them, right? So I'm just going to kind of go through here and see. This one is called Greetings for All. So I'm going to see if there's anything in here for Thanksgiving, or not Thanksgiving, for Halloween. I like it because these are black and white letters. Let's see. Ooh. Ah, here's a happy Halloween. Nice. So we'll use that. All right. So now that I have that, I can kind of work around. So actually, this, I think I saw goes the other direction as well. I think we're going to use this one because I want him facing the other way. Okay. It'll just fit better, I think, on what we're making here. All right. And then we have a happy Halloween here. I think we'll keep, see, let's decide which one's the front. So this we have here. And I think he kind of, so we could do a happy Halloween here. Or we could use, because I think he'd be cute as the front, right? Because he takes up good space. So this one we could put in here, and we can, let's see, we can add some candy corn with our other little candy here. Oh my goodness, can you hear my bat or my dog? He's, ugh, so yeah. I can't talk tonight, can I? It's pretty sad. All right, I think we're going to kind of go with that. So I'm going to put this down first so I can center my words. Alrighty. I think we'll put that right about here. And I'm trying not to accentuate that there's a paper clip under here. So actually, yeah, I didn't think about that. I need to put, I think I'm going to put my bat here. We'll put our candy corn here. And that will kind of hide the fact that we have. All right, that's a lot going on. So, all right, we're going to stick this on. And you know, and if this wasn't going to be used in notebooks, you could totally like pop all these up, you know, to give them some dimension. But because they are going to be used in books or on cards, because, you know, you can actually attach these to the cards like I showed earlier, my ones I did last year that were made a little differently, but all right, we're going to stick that there. I am going to use this little bat to hide my paper clip. Let's see, should we have them going this way? I guess so. So I made a bunch of alternates, and I used, all I did, I kind of just came up with this tonight as far as, I mean, I knew I wanted to make a hidden clip, but I didn't have anything but the one I made last week, and I thought, oh, I'm going to try some other stuff. So I just grabbed different ephemera packs, different pieces of designer series paper, and I just created. So now this is still kind of wet. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Wink of Stella. I'll give a little pizzazz to some of this. Let's see. How about our candy corns? They can be winked. Add a little sparkle, something, something, huh? Boy. Yeah, you can still see. I think this thing's getting kind of pretty well done. Let's do this candy as well. Add a little sparkle. Kind of looks like a wrapper that way, right? So fun, right? Oops, and then I do want to, I'm going to grab this corner. I do want that to stay down a little better. And on the other side, let's see. I could just put just a little so because this is going to be used, you know, in a book or on a card, I could just put a little hello. That'd be kind of fun. What the heck? And I think I'll do that right about there. And let me see, how about I'm going to color it because we can. So I'm going to take, and the thing about these blends, just so you know, if you've not used them, these are alcohol markers, and they do actually show on the back side. So if you're ever going to color something, you want to make sure you're coloring something that you don't really want, that you're not going to see the back. So in this case, no one's going to see the back of this hello because it's got layers behind it. So that's the difference between that and just using a regular water-soluble marker. Because you don't want to ruin a project thinking, oh, I'll color the front, and then you find out that, oh, no, it looks bad on the other side. But it won't matter in this instance. So I think I might regret this because it might not be that dry, but I'm going to put some wink on the hello. I love ephemera packs because it just allows me to craft fast and, you know, easily. Sweet. So we have this one. This is the front. And this is the back. And so what this is, like I showed last year, I created cards that I made a bookmark so that you could give a bookmark as a little gift. And then I just made sure that the bookmark element, whatever was on the end, also was on the card so that when you took this off, it actually still looked like a done card. So this premise, these are called hidden clips, and we put the paper clip in here. And so actually, I'm wondering if I should corner this. I don't think so. So just to show, if this was, you're going to take and you're going to slide this in, and that paper clip is going to keep your place, right? In a notebook, in a card, you could do this. You could design a card, make this, do the same design that stays on the card, right? But then when they take and use their clip, it'll still look like a card. So you could also do this. I tend to use these things for, like, I have notebooks that I use for everything, right? So this is a great way to keep my place. And you could also design them so that they would go this way. I was going to do that and I totally forgot. No surprise. But you could also use a clip this way. Does that make sense? So super easy to do. You don't need a lot of product. Your imagination, just let it go. I used all these different ephemera packs. I just brought them out and saw what would work with what I created. So I'm going to show you, and I just made all of these. This was my original one that I made, and I just kind of was in a collage kind of mode. And they'd never made one before, so this was my first attempt at making one. So I just took designer series paper, and I took another little piece that was just a scrap, and I decided to rip it in pieces just to give it a different kind of a look. And then I had a die of a bee just laying around because I keep everything. So that was probably something from another project. And then this is an ephemera die cut paper, and it just says, "Yay, it's going to be a good day." So because this is going to be going onto a page, right, you're going to have a front and a back. So, oops. So this is the back. So again, all I did was, this was another scrap I had. I just kind of ripped it to follow the same kind of theme I was doing on the front side. This is a piece from the ephemera pack, and I Wink-a-Stella'd it. This is a piece of washi tape that I had laying around, and so I used it. Use everything you have, guys. So that was my first one that I made. And so then tonight, getting ready for my live, I created these. And again, all I did was grab 2 pieces of designer series paper, and and some ephemera packs, and I just started working. So this, I cut the corners just to give it a little different look. These are a couple things. I Wink-a-Stella'd the little butterfly, and I cut this at an angle instead of the way, it was just a straight edge. So that's the front, and that's ephemera. And then this is the back, and this is another piece of ephemera. It's an banner, and it says, "All my love and thanks to you." Now, this designer series paper, that's the base, that was actually black and white and gray. So I colored that to give it another look. So super fun. So you just slip these on, and it grabs a hold, and that's your front, and there's your back. So that's the one I made. And then I made this one, and I thought this was kind of like for Christmas. So I cornered the edges, and this was from the ephemera pack. It's called Greetings for You. It's a mix and match, and it's gold or silver. Or no, I'm sorry, it's gold or white and white. So I thought, how fun would this be to make for people for Christmas? Super simple. So the front, or that's the back, and the front is Season's Greetings. So it looks like, and you can make these any size you want, you just make it fit whatever you're embellishing with, right? So this one I had to make bigger because my design, this was 7 inches, not 6. And so I had to compensate. You can make it as wide or as long as you need, right? So that was that one. And then another one I did was this one. And this I took and put the ends in a punch so that they have a different total bottom. And the way I did that was I slid it through the top. This was the punch I used. So I slid it in this way. Of course, it doesn't want to do it now. I have it open, yes. Ugh. Anyway, I slid it in like this. Maybe that's the problem. No, that's the wrong way. Yeah, that's the wrong way. So I did come in this way. There we go. I did that. And then I did that on the other side as well. And that made it so that when I turned and I folded this in half, these were the same. Okay, so you can do that as well to make a different shape. This was a part of the ephemera, and it was actually in one long strip. And I just cut it apart so that I could have 3 little strips and so that it would fit. And then I cut from the designer series paper. There was a little mushroom, and so I just put that on top. And then the back, this was just a little scrap, and so I used that. These were the leftover pieces from when I did the punching for the edges, and so I debated about adding that there, but I thought it was too much. So we did not. I aborted that plan. But so these are the 5 I came up with. And they were super easy and super fun. And again, you can add them to cards. And like I did with my other design, you could add them to a card. And then I would also, obviously this doesn't go together, but I would decorate maybe the front of the card to have something where this would be. Or you could do a pocket. You could make a pocket in your card, design a card with a pocket, and this could be in the pocket. So I hope those ideas are fun. I hope that you enjoy that. Super fun and easy to make. You just need paper clips and a couple pieces of designer series paper and some ephemera. I just wanted to show you and remind you right now the Stampin' Up! Is having a join, and you get to pick $125 worth of products, anything you want, for only $35. You get free shipping, you get a free paper pumpkin kit, and you get business supplies, but you don't have to do any of that. And going forward, if you decide to stay as a demonstrator, you get a 20 to 25% discount on every order. So, and it's a fun community. So there's another option if you want $189 worth of products for only $99. That's the option too. And again, you get free shipping, free paper pumpkin, and a discount going forward if you choose to stay. So that would be super awesome. I'd love to have you join my team. It's a lot of fun. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. But it's super fun. We have a lot of online exclusives out right now. Another set. And those are super fun as well. So don't forget to go online and check out all the exciting things. So with that, I hope you liked this. I hope you give it a try. And, it's just a fun little thing to give to the people that you know in your life that either are readers or love notebooks like me. I have notebooks for everything. It's crazy. But have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next week. All right, take care, everyone. Thanks for watching.